It's called Sukhasana, the easy pose. So find enough stuff and put it in the right position. So sitting cross legs feels easy, and it doesn't matter how much stuff you use. And then we're going to just rock to the left, slip a hand underneath your right thigh, move the muscles out to the right, rock to the right, pull the muscles out to the left, getting comfortable. Give your bottom a little wiggle and we'll arrive. That's good. Please take a deep breath. And as you exhale, relax your sitting bones down into the ground. And we'll just grow a little taller out of your seat. Excellent. Thank you. Can I invite you, please, to bring the hands to the ground in front of the cross of the legs? So we're just walking those hands away from us, somewhere where you begin to feel a bit of a stretch, but it's not too much. And bow the head, keeping the hips heavy, hands connecting with the ground below. That's lovely. And if you can, just tune into the subtle movement in your back body as you breathe here. So bowing the head, breathe into your back. And then we'll walk the hands back to center. Take the shoulders right up to the ears and relax them down again. Very nice. Let's take a gentle twist to the left. So right hand to left knee, left fingertips to the ground behind you. Just drawing in on your tummy button. Move your middle around. Moving your middle, rolling the shoulders down. And we'll look over our shoulder. Inhale, center. Shoulders up to the ears and relax the shoulders down. Good. Second side. So left hand to the right knee. Pull in on the navel and then move your waist. Good. Hand the shoulders and chest. Hand the neck. And inhale to center. And we'll bring the shoulders up to the ears. And relax them down again. And just while we're seated, so you might need to come off your blocks for this. If you can't sit comfortably without the blocks, come to kneeling or legs extended. And I'll just show you this basic form. Some of you know this already. Just put the palms at the short edges of the book or the block and bringing that overhead. Roll the shoulders down and just wherever you're sat, pull in on your navel, put the tailbone down. So just see if you can kind of level up your back. And then we're going to squeeze the palms together, straighten the arms, firming the biceps onto the triceps, bringing the trapezius on your back onto the shoulders. And slipping the tips of the shoulder blades down towards your waist. Good. So what sometimes happens is we get a bit of a sway back. So let's see if we can do this with the belly button pulling in and the tailbone down. And that's good. Take a breath. And release. Good. So this is going to really enhance your practice today. So let's come to all fours, please. And you won't have to think about it. Your body will remember. That's the magical thing about it. The muscle memory is a very powerful thing. So coming to a flat back on your tummy, we're going to pull in on your navel and just pin it to your spine. And let's extend the right arm, palm facing to the left. And this is just going to wake up our core for you. So let's take the left leg behind you, extending out, right arm, left leg. Lovely. Keep an eye on that left elbow crease, rolling it in towards the middle of the mat. And both hands to the ground. And we'll change sides. So left hand, palm pointing to the right, right leg. rolling in the right elbow crease, so back toes are pointing down. That's good, and we'll come back to all fours. And then start your cat stretches. So as you inhale, lift the chin and the chest. As you exhale, bow your head and tucking the tail between the legs, start to bow your head towards your tailbone. And just in your own way, in your own time. Good. And this little movement is a wonderful takeaway for you if you're getting a bit hunched up at your desk or whatever. Coming down to all fours and just rolling your spine like this is a really nice screen break for you, or any time you feel you need a stretch. Good. So we're going to come to down dog. So let's start with the tailbone sticking up in the air and tucking the toes under. Have a look at your hands. We want the middle finger going straight forward and the little finger quite near the edge of the mat, and then the fingers fanned out comfortably around that. Let's take a breath and lifting the knees and hips up and back, pushing the floor away. Good. Let's go ahead and bend one knee, straighten off the other leg, and then changing legs. Let's pedal the knees nice and slowly now, waking up the backs of the legs this morning. Good. And remember, if you're in down dog and you get tired, sometimes we're feeling a bit less like it, what you can do is just come down to all fours. So let's all do that now, just to remind ourselves that we're in charge of our practice. And another thing you can do if you get, you need a bit of a break, you can shift your hips to the heels and come to child's pose. So coming up onto fingertips, bow the head, we'll shrug the shoulders a little bit. Let's do the version with the elbows off the ground. And just pausing here for a moment, knowing you always have the choice. Excellent. So we'll just come back to all fours now. On the inhale, lift the chin and the chest. Tuck the toes and return to downward facing dog, please. Knowing you can always come down, but if you're happy here, see if you can broaden the upper arms slightly. Really strengthening the lower arms. We're going to bend both knees a bit lower. Lift your bottom a bit higher. Good. And then we'll walk the feet and hands towards each other. And come and join me in a forward bend of any kind. So there's no need to touch the ground unless that's easy for you. Give the shoulders a shrug and arranging those feet sort of 4 or 5 inches apart and very parallel. So the base of the second toe is in line with the middle of the heel. And those two lines are in line with each other. Just check your head is relaxed. Loosen off the jaw. And you can put your hands on the ground or the legs or even the knees, whatever's better for you. And we'll come up halfway, please, extending horizontally and exhaling, bow. Good. Inhale, extend horizontally. Exhaling, bow. One more time, extend and bow. And then we'll come all the way to the top, swooping the arms overhead, big stretch. And bring the hands home to the heart. Deep breath in, mountain pose. Lovely. Standing tall, feet very parallel. Just pause for a moment. Check in with yourself. Observe the breathing, nose breathing, or even your ujjayi breathing if that's in your repertoire. And then on the next breath, we'll inhale and sweep up those arms. On the exhale, we'll bow and fold. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhaling, bow and fold. Inhale, sweeping overhead, big stretch. And exhale, bring it home to the heart. Deep breath in, mountain pose. Good. Let's see if you can sense the feet connecting with the ground below. Pushing those feet into the ground. And they'll rise up on the in-breath. And when you're ready to exhale, join us in a swooping forward bend. Lovely. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhaling, bow. We'll step the left leg back into a big lunge. And please bring the back knee down so you're kind of comfortable there. That's good. So we're going to take our book or block and come up to a balance. So make sure the back knee's comfortable. Place the hands at the short edges of the block and then bring the arm overhead in this position. So I'm going to shrug the shoulders down, pull in on the navel and squeezing the hands towards each other. Please straighten the arms. Think about bringing those shoulder blades towards each other and down towards the waist. If it's going well, look up to the hand. And on the exhale, we'll place both hands on the ground. Pick up the back knee for the second side, please. So left foot forward, big lunge back. And then take the back knee to the ground. Get comfy. Coming up to a balance. So if you're having trouble balancing or if your knee's uncomfortable, take your time just to get it right for you. And then taking your brick or your block, or bring it overhead. Squeeze. I'd like you to feel as you straighten your arms that the biceps are coming onto the triceps. Oh yeah, wrap those shoulder muscles onto your back. Looking up if it's going well. Is your navel drawing in? Oh yes, and then we'll return to all fours. That was fabulous, thank you. Looking good from here. Inhale, curling up, looking up. Tuck the toes and we'll meet in a downward facing dog. That's fantastic. Pushing the hips back and up. Amazing. So we'll come to a plank next. So this is optional. So shoulders are going to come over the wrists. Walk the feet back. Check those elbow creases are pointing in towards the middle of the mat, towards each other. Zipping up into plank. And then knees down, elbows close. Let's lower ourselves to the ground. Point the toes. Curl up. Little bit of a back bend here. Slip the shoulders down. And then flowing through all fours, downward facing dog. Lifting the hips up and back. Lengthening the sides of the waist. Let your head and neck release. Let your mouth relax. Good. And we'll walk the feet to the hands, forward bend. On the inhale, please extend the spine. Exhaling, bow. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. And hands come home to the heart. Keep going. Inhale deeply. Come to mountain pose. And just sink your feet down into the ground. So imagine you're sinking your feet into a really delicious muddy soil or something. And then inhale, sweep the arms up to that sunny sky. On the out breath, we bow. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. And we'll step the left leg back and bring the back heel a bit higher. So you might need to bend the front knee a little bit over the front heel. Get lined up. And we're coming up. Take your block. Good. Bring the block, finding something to look at to help you keep your balance. Please draw in on your navel, drop the tailbone down, and then raising the block overhead, squeeze the hands together, firming the arm muscles, firming the shoulder muscles, looking up through the hands, take a big squeeze. And we'll release both hands to the ground. So that's sorted. Let's change legs. Big lunge, please. Lifting the back heel. Get lined up, knee over the front heel. Excellent. So navel in, tailbone down. So we want to sort of take out that back bending thing. So navel in, tailbone down. Bringing the arms overhead, squeeze squeeze the palms together, firming the muscles, looking up through the hands. That's good. Keep breathing. And on the next exhale, we'll flow through to a high plank if you're in the mood. So just be careful of those elbows. Make sure they're pointing in rather than forward. Firm the thighs, firm the belly button. And then knees down, elbows close. Let's lower down. Point the toes, curl up cobra. And flowing through, we'll take a downward facing dog. So in our down dog, if you're comfortable, I'm going to invite you to take some big out breaths through the mouth. And if you're on your own and you feel uninhibited, let's make a bit of noise, all right? So big breath in through the nose. Exhale. That's it. 2 more of those. One more of those. Good. Letting it all go. And then we'll walk the feet and hands towards each other and meet in a forward bend. Good. Give the shoulders a bit of a shimmy, a shrug. Shake your head, wiggle the mouth, and then inhale, coming halfway up. Exhaling, bow. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. And exhale, bring the arms, hands to the heart. Take a breath. Wonderful. When you brought your arms overhead that time, did you get the feeling that the muscles are beginning to engage with muscle memory? I hope so. Let's take the front knees over the toes and scoot your bottom back a couple of inches. So we're coming to what we call chair pose. It's the chair that isn't there. So stick your bum out and sit down on it. And then letting the arms hang loosely. We're going to swoop the arms alongside the ears and start to squeeze your imaginary block. Good. Rolling the shoulders down. Firm those upper arms. Firm the muscles of the shoulders. Looking up through the hands. Good. And then inhale, straighten. Exhale, hands to the heart. Happiness. Deep breath in. Mountain pose. Inhale, rise. Firm. Exhale, fold and bow. Inhale, extend the spine. And fold. And we're bringing the right foot forward and the left foot back. But this time, let's bring the left heel to the ground, toes pointing out to the side. We're going to take the block again for warrior one. So take your time, maybe step the left foot a little bit more to the left, square the hips to the front, and taking a moment to relax the toes and get the weight more in the heels. Pulling on the navel, send the tailbone towards the ground. And then we'll bring our arms overhead. Use the block if you're enjoying that. Firm the hands together. Firm the shoulders, the arms, the biceps onto the triceps. Looking up through the hands. That is good. Extend through the fingertips as well. Great stuff. Rolling the tips of the shoulder blades down towards your waist, but the waist is drawn in. And then we'll place both hands on the ground and change legs, please. So back foot to the front. The right toes are turned out to the side. The right heel is down. So take a bit of time getting all lined up. Front knee over heel. And if you're enjoying the block thing, bring it over here. If you've had enough, you don't have to. Squeeze the block. Short edges of the block. Firm the arm bones. Shoulders slipping down your back. Check those heels are grounding down. That's nice. Extending up through all 10 fingertips. Arms are strong, shoulder muscles are strong, navel's drawing in, tailbones dropping down. Let's take another breath, and on the next exhale, bring yourself to a high plank. So coming to a high plank. And then we'll take the knees down and let's try a little bit of a chaturanga. So with the elbows brushing the sides of your waist, bend the elbows and see if you can hover here, halfway down. Now, those of you who are feeling strong, bring the knees off the ground and keep the elbows in and bent. Oh, good. And then we'll take the knees down again, lower onto our tummies, lengthen through both legs, really pressing the feet into the mat, curl up. Roll the shoulders down, take a breath, and then elbows close as you flow back to all fours, back to down dog. Pushing the floor away, moving the inner thighs back and up, broadening across the shoulders. That's nice. Hug the forearms in and broaden across the shoulders. Lovely. And then we'll walk the feet and hands towards each other. Forward bend. Shrug the shoulders, let the head and neck release. Soften your mouth. We'll come up halfway on the inhale. Exhale, bow. And I'd like to close this sequence with another chair pose, please. So bending at the knee, scoop your bottom back and sit down on that chair, letting the arms dangle. Let's swoop the arms alongside the ears, roll the shoulders down. Squeeze the imaginary block, firming the arm muscles, firming the shoulder muscles. Looking up through the hands. Keep breathing, nose breathing or ujjayi breathing. And inhale, straighten. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take a deep breath. Mountain pose. Feeling the feet relaxing into the ground. Belly buttons drawing in, dropping your tailbone down. Just taking that sway out of your back. Can you imagine you're breathing in and out through the soles of the feet? I know that's a weird one. Just give it a go. And then inhale, sweeping up the arms. Please take hold of the right wrist and sway to the left. Getting a little bit of an opening in the left side. Inhale. Sway to the right. Getting an opening in your side body. Inhale to center, reaching up with both arms. Squeeze the imaginary block. And exhale, slowly bring the hands home to the heart. Shrug the shoulders a little and brighten up in the collarbones. That's fantastic. Take a breath. Mountain pose. Good. And mountain pose is another takeaway for you if you ever find yourself with a dull moment in a socially distanced queue. It's quite a good one to be doing. Let's take the feet nice and wide next. So a wide-legged stance with the feet to parallel. Go ahead and bring the hands to the hips. Shrug the shoulders down. Good. Check your navel's buttoned in, and we'll take a deep breath and hinge forward at the waist, bowing the head. Go ahead and bring the fingertips to the ground. Shrug the shoulders. Relax the toes. Let your head and neck relax and release. Lovely. Strengthen the legs a bit, and if you're more bendy, be careful not to lock the knees. Otherwise, it won't be so helpful for you. Good. So we're going to walk the hands off the long edge of the mat onto the carpet. Take the block or the brick with you if you want to. Just bringing the hands, making more of a triangle with the hands and the feet. And then we'll bring the left hand more central, so it's pretty much underneath your head. And then pushing into the ground or the block. Bring your whole body up to the horizontal, if you can. And we'll bring the right hand to your hip. Lovely. And buttoning the navel in. Move your middle, move your waist. Oh, yes. Give the shoulder a shrug. Getting that right shoulder more over the left shoulder. Move your ribs. Good. Moving the neck. The top of the head's going forward in one direction, tailbone in the other. And then raising the top arm. Push one hand into the ground, reach the other one up to the sky. Oh, very nice. Can we rotate just a teeny bit more in this direction, turning your head and your neck? And we'll take a deep breath in and replace the right hand where the left hand was. Just give your head a little shake in case it's picked up any tension in the neck, and then we'll come up again, all the way to the horizontal line. Left hand to the hip, navel's turning to the left. Shrugging the shoulders onto your back. Bring the left shoulder more over the right shoulder. Raise the top arm. Top of the head in one direction, tailbone in the other. Getting the heels really heavy. That's it, spiraling around that horizontal line of the spine. Keep the neck long and then rotate the head. Ooh. Take a breath. And both hands to the ground. We'll bow the head. Coming up onto fingertips. Give the elbows a little wiggle and a schmiggle, and bend the knees. Shake the head. Relax the mouth. Just take a moment to release any tension that pose might have collected for you. And then we'll root through the heels and come up. Thank you. That was looking good. Let's take the whole of the right foot out to the short edge of the mat now. Bend that knee to a square and maybe walk the left foot a bit wider. This is it. We're coming to our warrior two. So the hips are parallel with the long edge of the mat. Rolling the shoulders down, nice long neck. Gently turn your gaze to middle finger, right hand. Gently rest your mind in the sensations of breathing. Nose breathing. Good. And then inhale, straighten. We'll turn that right foot in and the left foot out. Come down, knee over heel. That's good. Thread gently, resting your gaze on the middle finger. And inhale, center. And we'll interlock the hands behind your back. Squeeze the shoulders in. Lift and brighten in the chest. Bring those collarbones a bit wider. Just giving the toes a little wiggle. Take a breath. And exhaling, bow. Bring the arms all the way over. Taking a bit of a stretch. So you might need a strap for this one, or bring your hands to your low back if that feels better. Yeah, so you might bring your hands on your low back there, Lou. That looks like it might work better for you, just to put your hands on your, that's it. And then just to work with a strap to loosen that off over time. And then we're going to root the feet, bend the knees, and come on up. Lovely. Hands to the hips. Take your power pose. Brighten up in the chest, give the shoulder blades a moment to broaden and open. That's good. All right, so we're coming back to warrior two. So turn the whole of the right foot out, bend that knee to a square. If you need to, heel toe the left foot a bit wider. Float up the arms, strengthen the arms, rolling the shoulders away from the ear. That's good. So we're going to turn the right palm up, bring the left hand down the side of the left leg. Come to reversing the warrior. So bringing the arm alongside your ear. Track the fingertips down the back leg. Bringing that front arm more alongside your ear. maybe even looking up towards the fingertips if that works for you. Lovely. Take a breath, and we'll bring the right forearm to the right thigh. And just let that left arm dangle for a moment and swoop it alongside your ear. Good. So we're going to shrug the shoulder onto the back. Extend up through the fingertips, firming the muscles of the front arm. Have a look at your elbow and see if you can rotate the elbow crease so it's pointing towards the ground. Excellent. So here we go. This is the tough one. Come to, so the right forearm's just brushing your thigh bone. You're using more of your tummy muscles. Okay, then let's bring both arms alongside both ears. Shrug the shoulders down. Extend out through the fingertips. Hug the imaginary block. And rotate your navel. Ooh, good. Chest, ribs, looking up underneath the top arm, maybe. That's good. Keep breathing. I know it's tough. Take another breath. And then inhale, straighten, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Super. Let's take the whole of the left foot out. Bend that knee to a square, floating up the arms. Warrior. Turning the left palm up. Let's bring the right hand down onto the right leg. Reverse the warrior. Bringing the arms alongside your ear. Get comfortable. Amazing. Opening up the side body. Let's track those fingertips of right hand a bit further down towards the knee if it will go. Ooh, yes. Take a breath. And then left forearm to the left thigh. Let the right arm dangle and swoop. And bringing it alongside your ear, let's strengthen. So first, plug the arm bone into its socket. Second, extend out through all 5 fingertips. And now firm the arm muscles and the shoulder muscles and sense that stretch from little finger at the front there to little toe at the back there. That's good. Now, if you want a bit more, and you might not, totally understand if you don't want more, start to just brush your left forearm on the left thigh. Feel those underneath muscles of your waist start to work. And if you're having fun and you want some more, both arms up, please. Good. Both shoulders down. Squeezing the imaginary block, firming those triceps and biceps. Rotate from your middle and look up underneath the arms. Looking good, people. Keep breathing. That's nice. And then root the feet. Inhale, straighten. Hands together, hands to the heart. Take a breath. Releasing the hands. And we'll step the feet together, come to the front of your mat. Lovely. Let's keep going, please. Inhale, sweep up. On your out breath, meet me in a forward bend. On your next inhale, come halfway up. Exhaling, bow and step back to your down dog. So this is quite a strengthening practice to energize you for the day. So if you're feeling tired, you can do this next bit with your knees down, all right? So there's always options. And remember, your child's pose is always there. So if you're feeling good, whether the knees are down or up, let's raise the right leg. Excellent. Point the toes towards the sky. Firming those forearms towards each other, broaden the upper arms and feel those muscles on the back engaging. Take a breath. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, back up to the sky. And both feet to the ground, both knees to the ground. Good. That was good. Let's do it again on the second side. Inhale, lift the chin and the chest. Check in with your hands, exactly the right alignment. Pressing back. Firm the forearms in and the upper arms out. Raise the left leg. Good. Point the toe. Extending up towards the sky, big stretch. That's wonderful. Keeping the arms really strong. Keep breathing, and then exhale. Top knee towards your nose. Inhale, back up to the sky. Back to down dog. Back to all fours. Fantastic. Inhale, lift the chin and the chest. And we'll come to child's pose. So hips to heels. Please come up onto fingertips. And the version with the elbows off the ground is quite good at this point, just to release the wrists for you. Circle the shoulders a few times, bowing the head towards the ground. Coming back to that sense of breathing into the back body. Sometimes I like to think of a turtle or an animal with a shell on its back, and as it breathes, the shell just rises and falls. And we're going to walk the hands towards us, and if it's comfortable for you, come to kneeling with the palms face down on your thigh muscles. If this isn't comfortable for you, you know what to do. Take a seat, it's always fine. So find yourself in a comfortable place with the palms facing down on your thigh bones. That's good. Relax the shoulders down and the elbows heavy. Let's balance the head on top of your spine. Coming back to an awareness of the sensation of breathing. Just pause for a moment, take a couple of breaths. Checking in with the inner landscape. Checking in with yourself. Very nice. And we'll extend both legs. Come to sitting on our bottoms, please. So if you can, we're going to just shift one thigh muscle out to the side and then the other thigh muscle. And then give the hips a bit of a wiggle so you get this sense of kind of pegging the sit bones into the ground. Coming up onto fingertips, nice and gently, hands beside you. I'm going to push the heels away and sitting up tall, navel in. Drop your tailbone into the ground like a big taproot. You feel like really arrived on the earth, extending up through the top of the head. That's lovely. Thank you. So we've got a couple of seated twists for you. So if you would, let's fold the right sole of the right foot in and bring the sole of the left foot in front of the right foot. So getting into that position. So if you feel it's a little bit uncomfortable, please hop up onto your block or your brick or your cushions to make it a bit easier. And then you can just hold onto the front shin and pulling it towards you, push the shin away from you. Oh, see how much taller you get. Those muscles are your friend. So you can probably feel your belly button's drawn in all by itself. It's called this magic button in the shin. Push it to your hands. Up we go. Drop the tailbone down. Oh, yes. So keeping that action, consider how far you want to go with this next pose. So there's a difficulty dial, and it goes in a semicircle out towards the right, and it ends up somewhere over here by the right thigh. So if you're more bendy, take the foot all the way around the corner to the opposite, past the right knee. So that's one way of doing it. Or anything on that journey is fine. So find your optimum version for you. Pull on the top of the shin with both hands, sit up tall. Exhale, drop the sit bones down. So if one cheek's coming up, maybe back off a little bit until you can get both sitting bones reconnecting. And then we're going to twist to the left. So fingertips very gently on the ground behind you. Pull in on the belly button. Rotate from your middle and start to look over your shoulder on the left. And you can hook that right elbow if you wish, drawing in and up, spiraling down. Nice long neck, looking over your shoulder. Great stuff. Pulling in and up, rolling the shoulders down. Nice long neck, look over your shoulder. And inhale to center. Great stuff. Let's extend both legs. Coming up onto fingertips again. Give your bottom a little wiggle and sit up tall. Thank you. Second side, so folding the left foot in, bring the right foot just in front of the left ankle, catch hold of the shin, draw in and up, and then plug those sit bones and that tailbone down into the ground. Good. So you've got a really strong connection with your seat and your core muscles. And then take this right foot on a journey out to the left as far as it wants to go. So on this side, I'm not going to go very far, but you might be able to take it right the way around the outside of your knee. Wherever you are is absolutely perfect for you. So you'll know when you're in your optimum place. And then we're going to hug the shin in, sit up tall. Plug the tailbone down. Take the right hand behind you, start to twist to the left, spiraling round, rolling the shoulders down, lifting and turning, going all the way around. Nice long neck. Taking your time and maybe hooking the elbow, maybe just holding with your hand. That's good. See if you can crank it round a little deeper. We're nice and warm for this one. Bending the back elbow, curling the shoulder blade into the spine. Wonderful. And then inhale, center. And when you come back to seated and extending both legs, walk your bottom back a bit, coming up onto fingertips, squaring the heels off, roll the shoulders down. Let's find that connection between the sitting bones and the tailbone and the earth. Sitting up really tall, extend up through the crown of the head, and then we'll bring the arms alongside the ears. Squeeze the imaginary block, bring the shoulders down, firming the biceps onto the triceps, firming the shoulder muscles, squeeze, extend up through all 10 fingers. I'm going to take a breath, hinge at the waist and fold. Bowing the head, shrug the shoulders a couple of times. Coming to a lovely forward bend. Breathing your way down. Feel the breath moving in your back. As you exhale, maybe you can go a little bit deeper into the pose. Thank you. We'll take another breath here and then slowly emerge and roll the shoulders down. Let's come to lying down. So lying down, hug the knees in, cuddling the knees in, and just gently rock from side to side. That's great. So we've got about 15 minutes left. So I've just got a bit of a cool down for you if you're able to stick around for the last 15 minutes. But get comfortable with the feet on the ground. And we're looking for a nice arch in the waist. So you might need to move your bottom towards your head until you've got like a hollow under your back. And then bringing that right knee into your tummy, you'll feel your back flatten against the ground, which is normal. And then circling the knee against the body a couple of times. Thank you. All right, so we'll hold the back of the right thigh with both hands. Straightening the right leg. Please push that right thigh away from you and straighten the leg. Extend up through the sole of the foot. Getting a nice arch in your spine. And if it's easy for you and you want to, how about straightening the left leg a bit or a lot? So see, I'm just going to go halfway down on that side, I think. But whatever works for you, find your optimum position and push the thigh bone away from you. Extend up through the sole of the feet. Good. Getting a nice stretch happening in those hamstrings. Smoothing out the breath. What's sometimes helpful is to breathe into where you're feeling the stretch, and any discomfort should dissipate as you breathe into that exact point. Very nice. On the next exhale, bend the knee, bring the hands around the front of the knee and just drawing the knee into your belly, circle the knee a few times. So you're kind of massaging your low belly with your thigh bone in this one. All right, both feet to the ground, please. Get comfortable and reset that arch in your spine to what feels right for you. Sometimes I just like to pick up my bottom, give it a little shake and put it back down again. All right, let's left raise the other leg. So hold the back of the thigh bone with both hands and push the thigh bone away from you, getting a nice arch in the spine. Yeah, activate that leg, pushing up through the sole of the feet. Push the thigh bone away from you, nice arch in the spine. That's lengthening, strengthening that left leg. Let's extend the right leg as well if you want to, pushing the heel of the right foot away. Left leg, long and strong. Very nice. And then drawing that knee into your body, hold the front of the knee and draw some circles with the knee, bringing that left thigh as close to your body as it will go. Wonderful. Just a couple more circles, please, and then we'll return to both feet to the ground. Bring the arms down by your side, palms facing up. Have a little shrug of the shoulders. Check you're in a straight line, and maybe allow the knees to fall together if that feels comfortable for you. We've just got a couple more moves left, and then we'll be in our relaxation phase. All right. Can I invite you to turn the palms to face down now? Take one shoulder more underneath you. Take the other shoulder more underneath you. So now you almost got like a hollow between the shoulder blades. Pressing the palms into the ground. We're going to bring the heels more underneath the knees and then lift up your bottom. Oh yeah, bringing the heels into the ground, move the knees away. And you can either take the side of the mat, that might feel good, or if it was easy for you, interlock the fingers and straighten the arms. So depending on your body type, there's never any judgment there. No one is not better than the other. Just what's going to be best for you. That's looking good. Coming up to your best bridge pose. Breathing out through the knees. Grounding down through the heels. That's fantastic. Take another deep breath here. Lift the heart a little higher. And we'll exhale, lower the hips to the ground. Just let those knees fall together, walk the feet a bit wider and relax. Fabulous. Please can you bring your arms out to the side? I'm going to make a kind of T shape with the arms and then bend the elbows to a right angle. So my upper arms are parallel with the top edge of the mat. My lower arms are parallel with the long edge of the mat. So give yourself a little shrug and see how that feels. It's quite a strong shoulder opener. We sometimes call this the cactus pose because it's like a cartoon cactus, isn't it? So if it's a bit much, just open the angle between the elbow, in the elbow between the lower arm and upper arm. So find a position which feels okay for you, and we'll walk the feet a bit wider, as wide as the mat maybe. Lovely. And then just drop the knees gently over to the ground on the right. So at this point, we come on to the sides of our feet. Just letting the weight of the legs release into the ground. Might be nice to close your eyes and just feel the leg bones relaxing into gravity. So this one is very much a letting go. Fabulous. So on the next inhale, we'll swing the knees up to center. Feel the edges of your mat with your little toes. And then drop the knees over to the opposite side. Good. Letting the weight of the legs do the work. Relaxing into the shape. Inhale to center. And go ahead and bring the soles of the feet together. Bring the hands down, palms onto your body. Pick up your bottom, give it a little wiggle, and make sure you're in a really straight line. As we pause here, the warm palms on your low belly. Separate the hands so they're not really touching each other. Relax the inner thighs out to the side. Very nice. Please take a breath and straightening your legs when you're ready. Let the feet flop out to the side. Allow the inner thighs to roll out. Let's give the shoulders a little bit of a shrug and turn the palms to face up. And just for a few moments, we'll take rest. Use your exhale to power down the body systems. On the out breath, just relax a little bit more deeply into the pose. Relaxing your eyes into the back of the head. Relaxing your teeth into the jaw. Powering down with every exhale. Just for a short time. Letting go. That's nice. Let's take another breath. Take a deeper breath and we'll move the fingers a little bit, maybe twirling the wrists. And on the next inhale, I'd like to invite you to bring the arms up and overhead and have a big stretch now. Full body stretch from the fingertips to the toes. Big stretch. And we'll bring the hands together and just start to rub the palms together. That's nice. And what's a bit harder, but quite a good thing to do of a morning practice, start to rub the soles of the feet together. It's a bit like a kind of cricket or something in there, lying on your back here, feet and hands together, getting a bit of friction going on. Oh yeah, and then we'll bring the soles of the feet to the ground, somewhere comfy, and place your palms over your eye sockets. And we're going to open the eyes into the blackness. That's it. Very relaxing for your eyes, this practice. Taking a breath and releasing the hands. When you're ready, roll onto your right side and please use your left hand to bring yourself up to seated. We'll just take a comfortable seat, however you like to sit, with your palms resting loosely in your lap. Let's have the palms facing up now, balancing the head over the tailbone. That's good. Just take a moment to observe your breathing. Observe the inner landscape now. As we bring our hands together to Namaste, I just want to remind you that it's Diwali this weekend and very auspicious time to light a candle and make a wish for the new moon on Sunday. So if you end up joining us Sunday night for the restorative session, we'll be doing our intention setting. So you've got a couple of days to think about what your wish might be for yourself, for others, or the planet. But thank you, everyone, and namaste. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Really appreciate your presence. Thank you, everyone. Namaste.